Welcome back to the community, everybody, and thank you for being part of it. I appreciate it. This community is growing big and strong. The Facebook group is growing even stronger with a lot of people helping each other out, and I truly appreciate that. I really do. If you can, go down in the description or to my website and make a donation if possible to keep this channel alive so I can be able to keep buying things to keep making films. So today we are going to do a VW tool specialty, okay? Or should I say specialty tools. I see quite a few did want to see that. I have a good bit of them. I'll go over them. This won't be a long drawn out video. And the ones that I don't have, I'll go ahead and I'll put them up on the screen and I'll talk through it like a voiceover. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm held up waiting on parts for this motor. It's beyond my control. The owner now wants to take the heads and get a valve job done, which is fine, but it's backing this all up now. So I'm going to lay off this motor for a brief period because I have other things I got to start getting done. And we'll do a salvage yard visit soon too. I need to pick up that Z-bar, so we're going to be there trying to take it off. Hopefully it comes off smooth. So let's get started today. I'm going to start showing what I have on hand, okay? Now, some things I don't have towards the end of the video, I'm going to put pictures up and discuss each one because I can't have everything, although I want everything. Okay, first thing is first. I'm going to bring you in a little close here. Valve spring compressor. This is like an old school one because I've seen some of the empty ones or whoever they are on Amazon, and I do need one. This one's not mine. I really want to get one because I like lapping valves, cleaning everything up and making it nice. This is an old school one. I'm going to bring you up close. It almost seems like it's kind of homemade or something. I don't know. Let's take a look at it, and then I'm going to show you how it functions. Let's see the name. Come on, focus. There we go. Krebs fur. I don't even know. I've never even seen one like this. So anyhow, I'll show you how this functions real quick. I just never seen one like this. I'm used to seeing these ones.
Now, I have used these before, and they do work quite well. Actually, I prefer them.
Now, the functioning of this is pretty primitive, okay? You have these two blocks here, and what they do is they hold the valves in place to keep them from pushing out. And then all you're doing is putting this on here, and what I like to do is take a mallet. Don't hit the valve stem. Hit around it just lightly to break them loose a little bit in case the keepers have been on there a long time.
Now, what you're going to notice is I have the arrow pointed to yes, where you would tap on the retainer. Do not tap where I have the arrow pointing to no. That is actually the valve stem. You don't want to hit that with a hammer. Only the outer ring to break the keepers loose.
And all you're doing then is you're pushing this down, and what it does is pushes it down. You'll take a magnet, pull the two keepers out of the way. They look like this. And then you're releasing the handle and the spring comes off. When the spring comes off, out comes the valve. And that's all it is to it. I mean, this is a great tool to have, and here's why. If you end up with a broken valve spring, you don't have to take it to a shop, okay? What you can do is remove the valve spring yourself, put a new one on, or simply spend a minimal amount of money and put new valves in. You can do it yourself. Trust me. I have a video on lapping valves. And I can do another one if somebody wants me to, but I already have one. And truthfully, it's not that hard to do. And you can lap the valves and make them nice. This is a must-have if you are doing the work yourself. And that's what I'm trying to push all you to do. So let's see what I have next. What do we have next? Ring compressors for your piston rings. There's two different kinds that I have here, and I'm sure there's others too. But let me bring you up close and show you these a minute. So here is, you can buy these on Amazon or pretty much any VW joint. Now, remember one thing, as you can see here, can you see that? 83 to 87 millimeter, okay? This will only do a certain size. If you want to stay with this style, then you're going to have to go ahead and get the size that you need. But this basically does stock. And all you're doing, obviously, is putting it on the piston, using a pair of pliers, boom, boom, pound them down. These sometimes can be a real bugger. I've broke one of these before, honestly. The lips break on them. I'm not a big fan of these. Now here is another one, okay, and this one expands much larger. Look, made in the USA. How funny is that? This is a friend of mine, so I believe that his father's probably had this a while. You take a 1/4-inch ratchet and a 1/4-inch extension, and it goes in here, as you can see. And you loosen it up, slide this on the piston, take your ratchet, crank it tight, which pulls the rings tight. It works nice. I like this one. Very nice ring compressor. That is the next one. What is this? This is an oil pump puller, okay? And it is very inexpensive also, but it's better than you beating on the side of the oil pump or prying with a screwdriver and messing up your case. This is nice. You can see I used it here. So you're going to turn it gently. Don't force it. Just move real slow. You shouldn't be in a rush. I'm trying to watch what I'm doing through the camera, which don't make it easy. And we're almost there, and there it came out. Let's go over to the workbench, and it is just a wonderful addition to your tools because, believe me, when you're doing air-cooled stuff, eventually you're going to be doing air-cooled stuff. So this is another one that you must have, okay? Let's move on to the next one. What do we have next? This is a main seal installer. It goes on the rear of the crankshaft that is connected to the flywheel. And as you can see, I used it right here. You're just threading this in right into the crank. Let's get our ratchet. Now you don't want to send it all the way to Egypt. You just want to get it in a little bit. There we go. This is a must-have also. Rear main seals or front main seals. It is technically a front main seal, but people get confused when I say that. And they're nice to have. They really are. It makes a big difference. Instead of beating on it with a hammer, you just tighten this in like you watched me do. So what is this? This is to pull your distributor drive gear out, okay? And I don't believe I have a video on that. But this tool will reach down inside where your distributor, when you pull your distributor out, you're going to see a drive gear in there. This will go down, clamp onto it, and pull the gear out. So this is very nice to have also. And what is this? Okay, this is a flywheel lock tool. That's what I call it. And this here is able to lock the flywheel in place for when you're going ahead and torquing it like you see here. 252. Okay, let me readjust the tool. This flywheel tool lock is a blessing to have. So you do want to have one of these. And all it consists of is these here to lock into the teeth, and that goes through and locks into the engine block. Very handy to have. What is this? Well, I have a zip tie holding it together so the parts don't get lost, okay? This is a case splitter. A lot of times people will have their block ready to come apart and it's stuck. You see guys prying with screwdrivers, beating on them, whatever. All you do is put one of these in the front where the oil pump goes. And all you're doing is tighten this little nut and it just opens the case up and splits it in half. This is nice to have. And they're not very expensive, in all honesty. Ignore the zip tie. I just don't want to lose it. It's not my stuff. So I think eventually I'm going to spend a couple $100 and just buy a bunch of stuff. So that's what this consists of. The next one I can't find. Go figure. It's an 8mm 12 point. And that is to remove the bolts that hold your IRS axles in place. Okay, as you can see here.
This socket, what I call it, is an 8mm 12 point as a must-have to remove the bolts that hold the CV joint in place on an IRS transmission. So this you need to have on hand.
And I do apologize. Some things I'm not coming across, and I don't know why. let's go on to the next one. Next on the hit list is when you're doing your transaxle, you need a 17 millimeter Allen head. Yes, it's big. Let me bring you here a minute. Now, I ended up having a set that I bought that has 12, 14, and 17. And I needed them other two for something, and now I can't remember what it was. This was my very first 17 millimeter Allen head. It's big. I bought that from a place called Jack's Buggy Shop in southwestern Pennsylvania when I was 16 years old. And I still have it, just like my IRS removal tool. I just can't find it. But this thing is a beast. I mean, you almost carry it in a holster. But this I found to be a little bit easier. The 17 millimeter that fits right into a ratchet. And you can see here how I had taken that out. So these are a must-have. Well, this is much easier. This is just kind of cool to have on hand. What I'm going to show you here is not what I would call a specialty tool, but it is what you need for Volkswagen. You have to have these if you have drum brakes. And I'll bring you up close here and show you what they are for the braking system. These honestly are from when I was 16 years old, okay? And these will go ahead and fit in the hole in the drums. And that's how you adjust the adjusters to the brakes. Okay. This here is to compress your springs, your hold down springs on the brake shoe and release them. That's what those are. So these are nice to have on hand. They still sell them. These are just old school from when I was young, and they obviously last forever. Not a VW specialty tool, but you have to have them to do the braking system and to adjust your brakes. Moving along here, you will need a 36 millimeter socket. Now get an impact socket. I just happen to have this on hand and it's under warranty, so, you know, I don't care. This is for the large castle nut on the rear drums. Also, it is for the nut on the flywheel. So you will need this socket. This is important for Volkswagens. This here is a 30 millimeter. And I know you're going, well, that's not VW specialty tools. Kind of it is. Do you have a 30 millimeter laying around if you didn't have a Beetle? Probably not. Chances are you might not. This goes on the bolt at the front of the engine, which actually be the rear of the motor because it's closest to the rear bumper that holds the crankshaft pulley on. So you're going to need a 30 millimeter. I believe there was a different size too, but I can't recall offhand. In my little bag of tricks here, okay, this is not VW specific. However, I've tried to get a couple VW steering wheels off and they didn't come off. And when you're pulling and pulling and pulling and pulling and they don't come, this little bracket with some bolts here is a steering wheel puller and it works great. You just put 2 bolts in to hold it in, bolt down the center, wheels off. I like it. And here is something else you're going to need, okay, is the yoke to fit a regular engine stand to a VW case. And I'll show you right now. Now that is your common, I don't know if that's the right terminology to use, brace or bracket that holds the engine to the stands from Harbor Freight or wherever. They're all pretty much the same. And they bolt up to small block Chevy, Mopar, Ford, AMC, you name it. When you're dealing with Volkswagen, of course, you can still use the stand, but you need that yoke. And you can see it here. And that's what you would use to bolt to the VW case. So that's a must-have because you'll be putting your engine on a stand before you know it. So I get down the house, and this is not the end of the video, but realized I forgot to film something. So if my shirt looks different, you know. What I have here is a torque multiplier. This thing, there's so many uses I could go on and on, but let me bring you up close, of course. Now, have you ever had drums with your big 36 millimeter nut and you can't get the drums off? They are stubborn, they don't want to move. Shoot them with a little PB blast, give them a little lubricant, and you're using the torque multiplier. Because what you're going to do is bolt this to the drum, okay? And then it has the teeth on it. And you're going to put it on there, and you're going to break that nut loose. I'm going to show you something in a second so you can see how it works. 2 of your lug nuts. Set this in place. This thing is the best. And you can also use it on the flywheel on the engine when you're torquing your flywheel. Okay. There we go. Wheel on, which I might have to do. Oh, I think I heard it. There. Hear that? Okay. And also when you're torquing it, this helps aid from having to torque 300 foot-pounds. Also, it works on a flywheel, okay, as you see here. Let's do our 28-pound, which will inherently turn this to 252. It even has a scale on it, okay? I went over this in another video. If you own an old air-cooled Volkswagen, you need this tool. Trust me, it is so worth it, especially when them nuts can be stubborn getting them off. Takes them right off. Okay.
And what we have here is a clutch alignment tool that will fit inside the clutch disc, the teeth, as you see, and will help you to align the clutch plate up while the pressure plate is in place, a must-have. And what we have here is a crankshaft timing gear puller. This will aid in pulling the gear off of the crankshaft, a must-have. This is a nice tool to have to remove your crankshaft pulley off of the engine. That way you're not using a hammer or a pry bar trying to get it off and end up bending it. And what we have here is a clutch cable adjustment tool. This really helps make it easy and simplifies adjusting your clutch cable by snapping it right to the wing nut. You need this. Now, here is something that was mailed to me by Bob, a really great community member. I'm sorry. Go. And he sent this to me, and I'm going to bring you up close and show you what it is. Is it a VW specialty tool? Yes. Was it fabricated and made? Possibly. This is really cool. Let me bring you up close a minute. I love this. So Bob sends this to me, and he says, let me know if you know what this is. And no, I really didn't. I had no idea what it was. So I tried punching the numbers in, and it is German. Okay. And I'm thinking, what is this? It's not coming up. It was showing a steering dampener. And I'm thinking, okay, well, that's not what this is. So I finally said, Bob, I appreciate you. You're an awesome community member. What is this that you sent me? On his dime, he sent it to me, told me to keep it. See that groove cut in here? And I'm sure you do. Okay. This, instead of using a screwdriver and prying away, this goes up under the hoop in the valve cover, you know, your belling wire, I call it, that goes around. This will pry against the valve cover, and it unclips the valve cover. Is that not cool? I hope that makes sense, because he told me in text what it was, and I immediately understood. It just goes under the clip to the valve cover, boom, and unclips it. They were using these at VW garages. So thank you. So this is definitely cool, Bob. I wanted to thank you very much, and you're going to see it being used in videos. I like it. I like when people send me unique things, because that's from the kindness of their heart. They're paying for the shipping. They're actually giving me something, which is a beautiful thing to do. Not that you have to, but thanks, Bob. That rocks. Okay, I hope everybody enjoyed today's video, or should I say this week's video, with the VW Specialty Tools. If there's anything that you have that I don't, put it in the comment section down there. I'd like to hear from you. I always enjoy the comments. Just be patient. Sometimes it can take me a week to catch up on everything. So this week, coming up, the following week I should say, we're going to the salvage yard, Heather and I, for a visit. See some new things that are there, and I have to get a Z-bar. So I'll be taking tools and equipment with me, and hopefully Heather can give me a hand, because we need to get a Z-bar while it's still at the junkyard. So that'll be coming up next. I hope everybody has a really, really enjoyable weekend.